Hi, this is Zia from Elegance Cafe, and I'm going to show you how to assemble a gingerbread house. In your toolkit you have the following pieces. You will have two fronts, two sides, and two roofs, two chimneys, a bag, a circle, and icing. You will need to get your own scissors, spatula, and a wet towel. So the first thing you do is you fill the bag with icing. The way you do that is first you roll the bag around your hand like this. It is around your hand, and now you can easily put the icing in it without spilling it over. You open the icing, you use the spatula to take a little bit of the icing and put it in the bag. The more icing you put in the bag, the more difficult it is going to be for you to squeeze it out. So if you're not very strong, I would suggest you use a little bit of icing at a time. Then you have to cut the tip of the bag. You can cut it about 1/4 of an inch to about 1/2 an inch. So I'm going to cut it about that much. Then I'm going to squeeze the icing to the tip of the bag. Then you can twist the bag so that when you squeeze your hand here, the icing will come out. So first what you do is you take one of the fronts, you put icing in the bottom of it, and two on the two sides like this. Then you place it where you want it to be on the circle. Then you have two more icings on the circle about the length of the sides here. Then you place the sides at both locations. Notice that as soon as you put one side, then the whole house is stable and it does not fall down. Then you turn it around and you put icing on the two sides. And then you take the front of the house and you put icing in the bottom of it. And then you put it on the sides here. You want to make sure that the house is nice and square. Then you put icing at the tip of the sides, both of them, and also on top of the front. So it's going to look like this. Then you take the roof and then you put icing on the cut edge of the roof. You take the other roof, you connect it together as you're putting the right on top of the house. And then you hold it for a few minutes so that it settles. Now you put the chimneys together. Notice that the chimneys has a rough edge and a smooth edge. The rough edge is where you want to put a dab of icing, like that. And then you connect the other rough edge on top of it. Then you put icing in the bottom of the chimney, and then you can lay the chimney wherever you want on the house. Now, depending on how stiff the icing is, the chimney can tilt like this after a while. And if that happens, you can easily come and straighten it out and make sure that it's standing straight. And this is the gingerbread house. It's all done. You have to wait about 24 hours for the icing to get stiff, and then you can start decorating it with candies. Now, if you want to reinforce the roof a little bit, notice that the roof has a little bit of a cut edge here. So if you want, you can always add a little bit more icing to make it more stable. Now, the rest of the icing, you want to use it for next time that you want to do the candies on it. So you take the spatula out, then you squeeze whatever icing you have and you put it in this container. Then you scrape the edges of the icing. You put the wet towel on top of the icing like this. So this is how it's going to look like at the end, with the wet towel there. And then you can put the lid on top so that you can use the icing when you want to put the candies on. That way the icing does not dry out. And that's the way that you can build your house, and you can wash this bag so that next time you can use it for the candies. I hope you will have fun making it and enjoy the holidays. Bye-bye.